The Science of Energy Medicine workshop is my favourite. It's really what got me excited in this topic. Originally I was a psychologist and I was exploring human nature and trying to understand artefacts that I was noticing. I was noticing things change in things I observed that had no psychological explanation. They had no chemical explanation. They had really no biological explanation. And so the only way I could explain it was through physics and through the waves of communication. So I started to work with this. And what I found was an immense array of stuff. Stuff that's often not taught to the medical world because they're so funded by the pharmaceutical industry and so based on the chemical medical model of disease, reducing symptoms, that they miss the point of this. If it was all about symptoms, then a dead person would be the healthiest person on the planet because they would have absolutely no symptoms. But I don't think they're that healthy. The point is, it's about understanding the synergy of the body, the holistic relationship. The mind is completely interlinked with the body, and so are the emotions. Not to mention any spiritual aspects that you might happen to have instincts over. Let's put those aside for the moment. The point is there are waves of information, communication systems going on in the body and through the body matrix. And one of the body matrix is about the collagen fibres, and that's called the living matrix. Collagen fibre, collagen is the most abundant material in all the animal kingdom. It penetrates into every single cell of the body. It's the only thing that does. And it's piezoelectric, which basically means that information waves pass through it all the time. Electrons. This is light speed communication, not nerve endings communication, which isn't that fast. This is light speed, speed of light. It's as fast as we can get at the moment. So what we found in energy medicine is small things have massive effects. What they talk about in physics is synergistics. And synergistics is the relationship of a system, is the fact that a system can be greater than the sum of its parts. A bit like a computer is greater than the sum of its parts. So too we are. And when we all coordinate together, we create this synergy, this harmony, this orchestra of quantum jazz, as May Wan Ho likes to put it. And small things can have massive effects on that system. And that's where we're up to at the moment in energy medicine, is understanding that cells are all interlinked through this living matrix. And through the living matrix you can add information in very small doses and it can have massive changes on the system. And it can even cause a system to remove out of synergy or come into synergy. These small differences, these small effects. So it explains how these tiny things like homeopathy or like the magnetic fields coming out of the hands, because the body's sensitive to magnetic fields, that's the transverse Hall effect, so it's a law of physics. So when you start to look in the physics of it, the biophysics, you understand that the body itself is a scientifically proven physical communication system. It's none of this mumbo-jumbo about spirits and faith and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm into all that, but that's not what energy medicine's about. The science of energy medicine is pure science. So if you want a hardcore scientific exploration of what your healing modality is doing, whether it's homeopathy or body talk or any other form of physical manipulation or energetic manipulation, come to this workshop because it is solid. And be prepared for a download of information. This is university level physics. I'm not going to bother with equations and stuff, but I'm going to give you fundamentals so that you can suddenly explain. When someone asks you, what's happening? Why do I feel heat? What's happening when you put your hands over me like this? What's happening when you pulse and tap in energy medicine or in body talk? What are these things that are happening? You have a physical explanation in science to explain it to people. What that does is it enables their head to get out of the way, and so that they're not resisting you anymore. Because we all know about the placebo effect. It's a massive effect. If you're fighting their placebo effect, if you're treating them and they're going, this isn't going to work, this isn't going to work, this isn't going to work, well, hey, it might work, but they're reducing your chances of it working because they're fighting you. The placebo effect is about 40%, better than any drug. That's why it's controlled for in every single experiment on the planet. Because our mind over matter has a massive effect, and the rest of the world knows that. So the reason why you would take this course is literally to have at your disposal the tools to not only understand mentally, but be able to explain it to others, so that you can A, promote your work, B, understand the physics of your work more intricately, and C, advance medicine. That's what it's about, advancing medicine to include physics, to include quantum physics. Okay, so this is a hardcore course. Are you ready? See you on it.